11 seconds. That's all it took. 2002 World Cup. Third place match. The referee blows the whistle, and before most players took their second breath, the ball was in the net. 11 seconds. The man who scored it? He wasn't a striker. He wasn't even a regular starter. And here's the craziest part. When FIFA's own historians first saw this record, they didn't believe it. They checked the footage 3 separate times. But here's what's even crazier. This isn't even the most unbelievable record on this list. These are 7 World Cup records that sound completely made up. But every single one is verified by FIFA's own archives. And number 4. Changed football forever. Welcome back to Kicking King, the home of football stories. I'm Kicking King channel, and today I'm bringing you 7 records that sound fake. But every single one has FIFA's official stamp on it. No rumors. No fake news. Just facts. And stick around till the end because number 1. Nobody has broken it to this day. Record number 7, the fastest goal in World Cup history. June 29, 2002. Daegu, South Korea. Third place match. Turkey vs South Korea. Hakan Şükür. Turkey's veteran striker. 32 years old. Playing his final World Cup. The whistle blows. South Korea kicks off. The ball goes back. A defender takes a touch. And Hakan Şükür, he doesn't hesitate. He sprints. He intercepts. 1 touch. 2 touch. Goal. 11.2 seconds. Official FIFA time. Before the TV cameras could even zoom in properly. Before the commentators could finish their opening lines. And here's the thing, Hakan Şükür only scored 2 goals in that entire tournament. Both in the same match. But that first one made history. FIFA still lists it as 11 seconds flat in their official records. And in 23 years, nobody has come close. Record number 6, the biggest margin of victory in World Cup history. June 15, 1982. Elche, Spain. Hungary vs El Salvador. El Salvador, first World Cup since 1970. A nation of 5 million people. Underdogs. Dreamers. Hungary, former powerhouse. 1954 finalists. The final score? Hungary 10. El Salvador 1. 10-1. Laszlo Kiss scored a hat-trick in 7 minutes, still the fastest hat-trick in World Cup history. But here's what FIFA's records don't tell you emotionally. El Salvador's players later said they received death threats after returning home. Their own fans turned on them. A record that sounds fake? Absolutely. But it happened. And El Salvador didn't qualify for another World Cup for 36 years. Record number 5, the highest scoring match in World Cup history. June 26, 1954. Lausanne, Switzerland. Quarter-final. Austria vs Switzerland. Final score? 7-5. 17 goals in 90 minutes. In a quarter-final. Switzerland scored 3 goals in the first 15 minutes. Led 3-0. The home crowd was going insane. Then Austria scored 5 goals in 8 minutes. 5 minutes. By halftime it was 5-4. By full-time 7-5. FIFA's official match report shows 17 total shots on target. 17 goals from 17 shots on target. This wasn't football. This was chaos. And no World Cup match has ever seen more goals since. Record number 4, the match that broke a nation. July 16, 1950. Rio de Janeiro. Maracana Stadium. FIFA estimates 173,000 people were inside. Brazilian journalists claim it was closer to 200,000. Either way, it was the largest crowd ever to watch a football match. And it still is. Brazil vs Uruguay. World Cup final. Brazil needed only a draw to win their first World Cup. Brazil scored first. The stadium shook. Confetti fell. People were already celebrating in the streets. Then Uruguay equalized. Then in the 79th minute, Alcides Guja scored for Uruguay. 200,000 people went completely silent. A journalist wrote, "The silence was so deep, you could hear the players breathing." Brazil lost 2-1. They haven't worn white jerseys since that day. They switched to yellow. FIFA's official attendance record, 173,850. But the emotional scar? That number is infinite. Record number 3, Germany 7, Brazil 1. July 8, 2014. Belo Horizonte. World Cup semi-final. Brazil's own World Cup. Their captain Thiago Silva was suspended. Neymar was injured. But nobody expected this. Germany scored 5 goals in 18 first-half minutes. 5. By the 29th minute, it was 5-0. Brazilian fans were crying in the stands. Children were holding their fathers. A nation was mourning. FIFA records from that night. Biggest margin in a World Cup semi-final. Fastest 4-goal burst by one team, 6 minutes. Germany became the first team to score 7 in a World Cup semi-final. But here's the record FIFA doesn't put in their books. Brazil's manager, Felipe Scolari, later said his players needed psychological help for months. Some never played for Brazil again. A 7-1 scoreline in a World Cup semifinal. If I told you this before 2014 you'd call me crazy. But it's real. Record number 2, the most shocking moment in a World Cup final. July 9, 2006. Berlin. Italy vs France. World Cup final. Zinedine Zidane. 34 years old. His last match ever. Already scored a Panenka penalty in the 7th minute. Then, in the 110th minute, extra time, Marco Materazzi says something to him. Zidane turns and headbutts him in the chest. Straight red card. In a World Cup final. FIFA's official disciplinary record confirms. Zidane is the only player in history to receive a red card in a World Cup final for violent conduct. He walked past the trophy on his way off. Never played again. A legend. A captain. A World Cup final. And he ended his career with a headbutt. If someone wrote this in a movie script, you'd say it's unrealistic. But FIFA's match report, page 47, incident code VC110, confirms every detail. Record number 1, the record that will never be broken. 1958, Sweden. Just Fontaine. France. He wasn't even supposed to start. France's main striker got injured. Fontaine was the backup. He played 6 matches. He scored 13 goals. 13 goals in one World Cup tournament. For context, Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time, has scored 13 goals in his entire World Cup career. Across 5 tournaments. 26 matches. Fontaine did it in 6 matches. In 1958. With leather boots. With a ball that absorbed water and weighed like a stone. FIFA's official golden boot record, 13 goals. Unmatched. Unbroken. 468 years. The closest anyone has come? 10 goals. And that was in 1970. Will someone break it? With modern defenses, modern tactics, and 7-game tournaments? FIFA's own statisticians say, probably not in our lifetime. 7 records. All verified by FIFA. All sounding fake, but all 100% real. Which record shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments below. And if you want more football stories with nothing but real facts, no fake news, no rumors, then hit that subscribe button. Next week I'm bringing you the World Cup match that was fixed, and FIFA couldn't stop it. Ring the bell. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching.